Hey, how you doing, everybody? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again. And guess what? Today is the day that we leave for the draft. We are leaving tonight, and I can't wait to go. Uh, Mark is actually blowing up our phones right now on this group chat, talking about where we at. Hey, trying to leave after this traffic, man. It's because that rush hour traffic ain't no joke. But before I get into it, I'm actually right now I'm gonna do a first round mock right quick before I leave, just to give y'all a updated of my first round draft mock like I did before. But before I get into that, I just want to quickly say, hey, so you know, I number one, I appreciate all the subscribers that I have right now. I'm still kind of new to this. I just started my channel in February. I appreciate all the love that I've been getting. You guys have been awesome. Um, it's gonna be more to come. I'm gonna get better and better once I learn more stuff. Once I get some money to get some new equipment that I'm trying to get, I'm working on some things right now. I mentioned this before, and just in case you're just subscribing and you didn't hear me say this before, I'm also doing another segment for my roundtable panel, which I'm gonna have people on my show um, doing my roundtable. Now, it's not just gonna be about sports. It's gonna be about various topics, things going on in the world. Um, Relationships, guys, girls, just I mean, I'm going all in on it because y'all know E2 keep it real. So basically, my roundtable is going to be keeping it real with E2, and it's gonna I'm gonna have a whole bunch of things on there just talking about various topics, whatever topic that I think of that day. I'm gonna address it. So let's get into this. So first round of the draft. Now we already know who's gonna go in the first round. And as the first pick. It's always a quarterback every year. Some of these quarterbacks are raw. Some of these quarterbacks have issues as far as personality, like Baker Mayfield. But I guess with the right team, they can be disciplined. These guys are young, so they got things to learn too. So for the first pick in the draft, in the 2018 NFL draft, we have the Cleveland Browns. They have the first and the fourth pick. The Browns choose Sam Darnold, quarterback out of USC. No surprise there. They need a quarterback. They need everything for real because I think they had 18 to 20 quarterbacks in the last decade. It's crazy. I can't even count how many quarterbacks the Browns have had that have been unsuccessful. Oh, and my co-star is here, Coco. She's on the floor down here, licking something. I don't know what she's doing. But anyway, sorry, y'all. So the New York Giants pick number 2. They're gonna go ahead and get Saquon Barkley, running back out of Penn State. Now, getting Saquon is going to be key for them because they need a running back. When the last time the Giants had a legitimate running back? Because Rashad Jennings is not doing it for the Giants. Now I feel like the Giants would be more of a contender and more of a complete team if they get a running back because Saquon is on Ezekiel Elliott's level, and as far as his awareness and being a complete back, he reminds me of Ezekiel Elliott. Now with getting him, again, the Giants are in our division, so we're going to see this kid twice a year. So it's going to be an interesting matchup if the Giants do go that route and get him and not a quarterback. New York Jets, they select Baker Mayfield, quarterback out of Oklahoma. Now, like I just said about Baker Mayfield, he has some personality issues. He's kind of like Manziel when Manziel came out, kind of a cocky guy. Hey, you either want me or you don't. Like he just has that thing with him where he probably just needs to be toned down a little bit. But we'll see what happens because when these guys get into the NFL, it's a whole different ball game. These players are bigger, stronger, and faster, and you can't beat them like you could. So a lot of these guys get to the NFL and they get a big piece of humble pie. If you know what I'm saying. So yeah, with that, so number 4 pick, Browns again. They're going to go ahead and get Bradley Chubb out of NC State. Now, Bradley Chubb, that'll be a good pick for them because they can line him up with what they already have with what's the guy with Miles Garrett, and they're going to have a dominant line now. With the players that the Browns could potentially get this year and on the players that they already have on the team and the trades they made this offseason, if the Browns don't make it to the playoffs this year, that whole coaching staff need to be thrown in the trash, in my opinion. So that's all I'm saying. But number 5, Denver Broncos, they're going to go ahead and select Josh Rosen, quarterback out of UCLA. Denver Broncos need a quarterback. They've been battling before with the whole Paxton Lynch and Osweiler before they let him go twice, and Simeon, what's his name, Simeon? Yeah, but yeah, like Trevor Simeon. So the thing about it is, like, ever since Peyton left, they've been trying to find quarterback, their franchise quarterback. Now, Josh Rosen could be that. He's a pure thrower. He's a great thrower. I've seen his pro day practices, and that boy could sling that rock. So we'll see what happens. The Broncos would be smart to go ahead and get him with the first round pick at that spot. Indianapolis Colts. They get Quentin. They get Quentin Smith, guard, Notre Dame. Now, Colts need everything right now. They need defense. They need offense. They need a whole daggone team. But Colts got the money, so if they want to, they can go back out in free agency and get a pick of whatever's left out there. So they definitely need some linemen to help keep Luck upright, or whatever quarterback they're gonna have in the backfield. Because I don't know, with that whole Luck thing going on. Like, I don't know. They got some crazy stuff going on over there. Because we don't know if Luck's even gonna play starting the season. So we'll see what happens with that. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They select. They're gonna go ahead and get Derwin James, safety out of Florida State. They're not gonna let Derwin James leave the state of Florida, and we already know that they've been salivating over this guy ever since we first started talking about the draft. So Derwin James. See, the thing about it is, a lot of Cowboy fans, we want to get Derwin James, but the problem is, but look what we have to get him. That is pick number 7. You would have to go up to 5. So that means you're going to get rid of a second, a third, and maybe 2/5 just to go up to get that. Now that's a lot of picks. We need, granted, we got picks, but we need some picks up higher so we can get these guys that we need on this team. So to me, that'd be reaching. To get a guy like that, that's too rich for my blood. So I'm not even messing with that. So at number 8, the Chicago Bears pick up Quentin Nelson. Now the Bears need help on their line too, as just as much as the Colts need. They got your boy they got Trubisky back there, and they need to keep Trubisky upright because, like I said, he's a young guy. He's still learning. Last year he was raw. He showed some flashes of potential, but we'll see if we get the pieces around him with the Bears. I think that that's a good pick for them. Definitely, you want to build your team in the trenches because that's where it starts, and that's the reason why the Cowboys have 3 All Pros on their line, because sometimes you have to make that investment. You got to get a lineman early, and when it's there, you got to take advantage of it and go get it. That's all I'm saying. So we have the 49ers at pick number 9. They're going to get Denzel Ward, cornerback from Ohio State. Now, the 49ers have been losing defensive players left and right, whether from retirement or just not getting re-signed. And that'd definitely be a good pick for them because they need something to solidify their backfield. I mean, not the backfield, their defense. So, number 10, Oakland Raiders, they go ahead and get Roquan Smith, linebacker out of Georgia. Now, again, another team that lost a lot of veterans. Players got old, they retired, they left. They need linebacker depth, and that's key for them. Number 11, the Dolphins. The Dolphins picked Tremaine Edmonds, linebacker out of Virginia Tech. Now, everybody loves Tremaine Edmonds. I wish we could have got up and got Tremaine Edmonds. But, again, this is all contingent upon if all these teams stay where they are. We already know that there's going to be trades, so some of this stuff is going to be different. I mean, like I said, it's just a mock. So I'm just I'm doing this based on if these teams stay where they are. Number 12, Buffalo Bills select Lamar Jackson, quarterback out of Louisville. Now, the Bills need a quarterback. They need a quarterback. That's all I'm going to say. Lamar Jackson has been compared to Michael Vick. Even Mike Vick said himself earlier in his offseason that I think he's better than me coming out. Now, that's high praise from the person himself that he's being compared to saying that. Now, Lamar Jackson is definitely a good player, but he's a runner. He needs to learn how to be in a system. He needs to learn how to be a systematic quarterback. Now, if he gets with a team, if the Bills know how to use him right, and since they lost Tyrod Taylor, they got another guy like that can run around. When the play breaks down, and he's able to get yardage for the first down. But again, they have to be able to. He has to be smart about it. He can't just be. This is not college. These players are faster. They're gonna crush you. So he has to learn when to do that and when not to do that. Now, I feel like if Lamar Jackson, if he comes into this league and he does things like that, and I feel like he will be good with the right coaching. Pick number 13, the Redskins, they go ahead and get Minkah Fitzpatrick, defensive back out of Alabama now. There's a lot of Alabama guys coming out of this draft, and it's going to be every year because that's how Alabama recruits. But Minkah Fitzpatrick would be a good pick for them. Unfortunate for the Cowboys, though, because we have to see them twice a year. Number 14, pick 14, Green Bay Packers select Harold Landry, defensive end out of Boston College. Now, Packers have been a shell of their former self. They've gotten rid of players. Players have gotten injured. I mean, they played with an injured team for many a times, numerous games. So anything to increase their line, their depth, anything, especially their defensive line, that's definitely needed. So Harold Landry would be a good pick for them. The Arizona Cardinals, they need a quarterback. So I'm going to go with Josh Allen on this one, quarterback out of Wyoming. I feel like if they get Josh Allen, they got a guy that they can plug in, and they have weapons around them. They still have their wide receivers. They still have some of the pieces that they can utilize, and they can go in the draft and they can get some more of those smaller guys for depth to help Josh be successful with that team. But like I said, no matter who you are as a quarterback coming to this league, if you're starting, it's going to be growing pains, i.e. Dak Prescott. There's going to be growing pains, but you got to learn from them. You got to get better every year. That's how it works. Number 16, the Ravens select Calvin Ridley, wide receiver out of Alabama. Now, a lot of people said that were suggesting that maybe the Ravens weren't going to get Calvin Ridley anymore because they won that tender. They won the lottery tender for God, I'm having a brain fart. For Willie Snead. They got Willie Snead from the Saints. So a lot of people think that because they got Willie Snead, they're not going to go get Ridley. But, I mean, if knowing Ossie Newsome, he's not going to let no good players go. So if he's there, he's going to pick them. So if Calvin Ridley is there, I believe that the Ravens are going to go ahead and get him at that spot. And then we have the LA Chargers. They're going to get Mike McGlinchey, tackle out of Notre Dame. Again, they need that help on that line to keep Rivers up, keep him upright, keep him clean in that pocket so he can make them throws to his receivers, to Allen and them, and then he'd be good. Seattle Seahawks, they're going to select Isaiah Wynn. So you got two offensive linemen going back-to-back. So they're going to go ahead and get Isaiah Wynn, guard out of Georgia. She crazy. Anyway, so Isaiah Wynn. Now, I would have loved the Cowboys to get Isaiah Wynn. I think that he's one of the purest guards coming out of this draft as far as Will Hernandez. So, but they're going to go ahead and get a win, and they're going to break some hearts on that one. Number 19, your Dallas Cowboys. With the 19th pick of the 2018 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Will Hernandez, guard out of UTEP, University of Texas, El Paso. Now, I hope that this guy is there because I really want Will Hernandez here. I've been saying this on all of my videos that we get him there to fill that void that Jonathan Cooper left. When Jonathan Cooper left, we could plug Will Hernandez right there. He's actually worked out with Tyron Smith before. He knows who he is. I feel like they can get Will Hernandez in here, and the guys that we already have on this offensive line can help build him up and get him to where he needs to be elite. I mean, come on, you have Tyron Smith, Will Hernandez, Travis Frederick, Zach Martin, and Lyle IHOP Pancake Collins. Those five guys on that line, come on now. Zeke will be running all up and through these defense. I'm talking about he's not going to get touched until he gets to the second level, even if that. So, with that being said, Will Hernandez needs to be that pick in the first round, not a wide receiver. We need that. Now, we could go with a defensive guy, which I'm okay with too. But if we're gonna go anything offense, you gotta get that guy. You gotta get Will Hernandez. Number 20, the Detroit Lions pick Marcus Davenport, defensive end out of University of Texas San Antonio. So, again, they lost a couple of pieces to their defense. You know, when they lost Ndamukong Suh, I feel like Davenport could come in there and, you know, not off the break, but over time he can be that guy to be a dominant piece on their defensive line, which would be a good pick. The Cincinnati Bengals, now they have always had issues with revolving doors with their offensive linemen, and Andy Dalton be getting hit all the time. I think he was the most hit quarterback this past season. I'm not sure, but I think that like they were like tops on quarterback, getting their quarterback sacked. And, you know, Andy Dalton ain't young no more. So for him to keep getting crushed like that, that's not a good thing. So they go ahead and get Billy Price, offensive guard, center out of Ohio State. Now, some people had Billy Price going into the second round, but I feel like here, this is a perfect pick for him to be. In the 20s, that's right there where he needs to be. The Bills have their second pick in the first round. So pick number 22, Buffalo Bills select Leighton Vander Esch, linebacker out of Boise State. Now, a lot of guys say they like, and I heard a lot of you fellow Cowboy fans say that you guys like Vander Esch too. Not in the first round. I don't think that he's a first round player, but I feel like he's been moving up on people's boards for whatever reason. To me, he's not bad. He's just raw. He's raw as hell, and we don't on this team. We don't need no raw linebacker because we already got a veteran and got one that's coming back from an injury. So we have injury-prone wide receivers on this team, so we don't need somebody that's a project. We don't need somebody that's a tweener. We need somebody that's a thumper that could come in there and get it done. Not saying that Vander Esch can't get it done, but I just feel like he needs time to develop, and we don't need a player that we still have to keep developing. We need somebody we could just plug in and have the instincts to do what he needs to do. That's why I feel like I don't want, because there's some mock drafts that are slated for Vander Esch to the Cowboys at 19, and I'm like, that can't be accurate. Like I don't know what y'all smoking on, but no, I don't want that. Pick number 23, the New England Patriots pick Zaire Alexander, cornerback out of Louisville. Now, Zaire Alexander, I assume he started moving up in the boards because he was slated to go upper second round, but he gets that nod for that number 23rd pick. So the Patriots don't care. The Patriots will win the Super Bowl with anybody. They'll get a project player. They don't care. They show people that I could get somebody. So the Patriots are the type of team that'll pick a person that's projected to go in the first round and pick them in the first round because they don't give a damn. They don't care. That's what they do, and they'll win with them. That's the Patriot way. So pick number 24, the Panthers. They go ahead and select DJ Moore, wide receiver out of Maryland. Now, I say that that's a good pick for them because I feel like he would be perfect in their scheme. I mean, he's a pure catcher. Like, that boy catches everything. Like, I wish the Cowboys could get him, but it's too rich at 19. But for him to go with the 24th pick, that's perfect for him. Pick number 25, the Titans go ahead and get Maurice Hurst. They take that chance on his medical, and I guess they feel good about his heart. And I feel like they're going to give him a chance because he's a Michigan guy. So the Titans going to go ahead and get defensive tackle Maurice Hurst out of Michigan. I hope that, everything goes well as far as his medical stuff because, You don't want to see a guy like these young guys work their whole life to get to this level, and to get turned down for some medical stuff, because I know a lot of teams took Maurice Hurst off of their board, but I still hope that he gets a fair chance, at least to show some teams what he can do um, in that aspect. Pick number 26, the Atlanta Falcons. They select Josh Jackson, cornerback out of Iowa. Now, this is the guy that had 8 interceptions his senior year of college, and um, I feel like that he's gonna be he's a guy that was kind of slept on. I feel like that he's gonna be a player in this league, but most likely for the Atlanta Falcons if they get him at this point. But this, like I said, this is my draft. This is where I think these players will go. Pick number 27. The New Orleans Saints go ahead and get Connor Williams, tackle out of Texas. They get that offensive lineman to help your boy Drew Brees pass the ball like he normally does, and with his passing records and blase, and so on and so forth. That's needed. Pick number 28. The Pittsburgh Steelers select Rashad Evans, linebacker out of Alabama. Now, in that Steeler defense, especially because we don't know when what's his name? God, I keep having a brain fart. Like I know these players. What's his name? The linebacker that just got hurt. God dang, like because we almost had him. But anyway, the linebacker that just got the spinal cord injury, we don't know what's going to happen with him. So them picking Rashad Evans right there, he could come in and be that. That's that thumper I was talking about at linebacker. Because linebacker is my position. That's the position I played when I played. Now, he's a thumper, and he's going to get he's going to lead the team in tackles, in my opinion, every year that he plays that team. He's going to go to the Pro Bowl just solely because he's a tackling machine. And I feel like Rashad Evans would be a good pick for them right there. I mean, if we could get him too, that'd be cool too. But, yeah. So pick number 29. The Jacksonville Jaguars select James Daniels, offensive guard center out of Iowa. Now, this guy had a high second round projection. He'll probably move up because teams are probably looking at what the Cowboys have been doing lately with their offensive line. I'm like, oh, we need centers. We need guards. We need to get these players. So I believe that these offensive linemen are moving up because of that reason. Because they're like, okay, well, our running backs can only be successful if these lines are blocking for them. Because you don't want a team with a guy like how Barry Sanders was when he played and with a trash-ass offensive line. You can't have a trash offensive line and expect your running back to run through brick walls. I mean, I don't care how good of a running back you are. If your team just can't get blocks for you, it works hand in hand. It's like peanut butter and jelly. It work as one unit, baby. That's how you get it done. So pick number 30. The Minnesota Vikings select Taven Bryan, defensive tackle. Now, I wouldn't have minded if the Cowboys would got Taven Bryan. I'm high on him. I think that he's going to be a good player. Again, I feel like he's kind of like Taco, where like he'll have a slow progression, but once he gets in his groove, he gonna be a great pick for them. But not right away, I don't think. But I'm slow progression, but definitely has a high upside, which is what you want with your players. So pick number 31, the Patriots still had their pick, so they recouped that when they moved up, when they did that trade. They're going to go ahead and get Ronnie Harrison, safety out of Alabama. Now, again, what I just say, Patriots can take anybody and make them a monster. And like I said, they need DBs, so, that's a good pick for them there. So with the last pick in the first round, the Eagles, they go ahead and get Colton Miller, tackle out of UCLA, because, again, you got a quarterback coming off a major knee injury. And we don't know if Carson Wentz is going to play the first game of the season. We don't know if it's going to be him or Foles. But either way, whoever's back there got to be protected. So offensive line is important. So that, you all, is my first round mock draft. I hope you guys enjoyed the picks. I hope you guys agree with at least some of them. I don't know. I want to do a full mock draft. I just don't have time right now because I got to get ready to leave to meet with Mark and them. But I will say this: that's a good first round right there, and those are some good players off that board. Now, like I said, I want to do rounds 2 through 7. I'm thinking about it. If I have time to do it while we on this trip, we'll see what happens. But that's my mock. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hey, thanks again to all my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, if this is your first time hearing about me, go ahead and subscribe. Got more content coming to y'all soon. So, with that being said, it's your boy E2, always keeping it real. Until next time, folks, have a great day.